So guys, it's 10. Should we start?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll just go with the basics. Hi all, everybody who all have joined so far. My name is Yasir. I'm from Pakistan. I am into multiple businesses. I'm doing real estate. I'm doing healthcare. I have a software house that we are developing AI-based applications. On the same note, I am into a fintech organization. I founded that company. So looking at all the aspects of different varieties of work that we do these days, AI is becoming an emerging tool that I strongly believe is going to do a complete paradigm shift. Sorry, somebody said something? Okay. So I believe it's going to be a complete paradigm shift. And before we lag behind, I think it's high time we all should start using it. So today's session is just a complete basic of what AI is and what sort of tools that are available. We'll try to make it as interactive as possible. I would like you guys to participate so that, this becomes fun and not just a boring presentation where we are just muting and doing our own work. So you can do that. That's not a problem. Okay, so let's talk about AI. The question is, what is AI? So let's talk about the I part first. So AI is artificial intelligence. So can you share your views, guys? What is intelligence in your point of view? Anyone?
Well, I would think after you, Maresh.
I would think that the intelligence part is gathering of information.
Okay. So gathering of information or being able to utilize that?
I would think being able to utilize it because
Agreed.
it's comprehending it.
Agreed. So like a human being, when we are growing from a child to an or a woman, basically we are gathering a lot of information from our surroundings, right? And those things are making us teach something, and our brain is working on that data that we are learning from experiences, and then we take our decisions. And in practical life, as we grow on, as much data we have of the experiences, we become more and more intelligent. And artificial intelligence is that this process is being done artificially. So, the simplest definition that I have come up with is that it is basically a mimicry of past events to predict the future. So what the computer does is it has a lot of information of the past. That information that the computer has is called the data. The computer does certain things with that data. It creates links, it creates some labels, it creates some characteristics with that, and that is called the model, data model. Now, I'm just trying to use the words that are being used in the AI industry. One is data, one is data. After that data model, guys, I'm sorry, if you guys can mute, because there's some noise coming. And whenever you want to speak, please unmute. So there's one thing that's data. There's one thing that's data model. And then with that data model, there are certain analysis that are being done with that. In AI, there could be very different analysis. There could be regression analysis. There could be a correlational analysis. And after those analysis, a future is predicted. And that future that is predicted, the whole process is called AI. Now, that future that is predicted needs to be in some sense that we are able to understand, we as humans. I'm sure you would have heard about NLP. So NLP is natural language processing. So this means on both ways, on the input side as well as the output side. So it can process the natural language understand it, decipher it, used its data, and then gives you the result. And then gives you the result in a language that you can understand. So I'm just going through 2, 3 more technical jargons, because these are the jargons that you should be knowing while you are in the AI era. One is NLP. The other one is LLM. So LLM is large language model. So large language model is primarily a lot of data that is based on a language, and it is able to decipher that data and give you a result in a specific language. So that is the LLM in very basic definition. One more thing that you will be listening to a lot in the coming days in the AI era is GAN. GAN is Generative Adversarial Networks. So now let me give you a little example of the tools that we are using these days, or at least we have heard about them. I'm sure you all have heard about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is actually a large language model. We believe that ChatGPT is very smart. In one sense, yes, but actually that model is the dumbest form ever. What it only does is it knows of the last word and the word currently being written, and it creates a relationship with the next word. And it does it so beautifully in such a rapid speed and with an excess data of the whole internet that the answer becomes very interesting. Okay, so there was a time when the most intelligent people were the ones who knew the answers. But in the AI era, the most intelligent people are those who know the questions. And we have to ask the right question to the AI to get the answer. So the complete paradigm shift is there. Okay. In the era of digital evolution, AI is one part. So today we'll only be touching the AI part, but you should know that there are 5 major things. There could be more, but I have divided it into 5 major things that are creating the digital evolution. One is the artificial intelligence. The other one is the virtual reality. The third one is augmented reality. Then it's blockchain, and then it's the Internet of Things. You might have heard all these names here and there. Uh, I'll just show you a video that is going to share some sort of example and make you understand in a whole go where all these 5 things are going to be utilized. So let's assume we want to build a house for ourselves. So let's see the example that will actually cater for this problem.
5 future technologies. You need to know everyone is talking about the tech and AI revolution these days. Don't feel bad if you are not able to relate to those technical jargons. My goal is to explain these techs in a simple manner so all can understand. Let's talk about the future of technology and how it's changing our lives at an unprecedented speed. You need to know the 5 technologies that are currently forming the future very rapidly. AI, artificial intelligence, VR, virtual reality, AR, augmented reality, blockchain, and IoT, Internet over Things. The future is here. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the way we do things in almost every industry imaginable. From healthcare to finance and even education, AI is transforming the way we interact with data and machines by making them smarter than ever before. Whenever you need to do a task, you get to meet the experts that field and get their advice. Let's say you are building a house. You will ask your friend who just built a house for his advice. Then you will meet a friend who is a building contractor and follow instructions. Then you hire an architect and follow their guidance. Then you will hire a builder to do the construction. With AI, all these professions can be replaced by an AI-powered system that is programmed to help build your dream house. Virtual reality is another upcoming technology, which has already started changing the way you do things. In the same example of building a house, VR will give you a real-time view of how the house would look from every angle. It can also simulate any future changes in the design and help you make modifications as required. Augmented reality is a technology that overlays digital information on top of our existing. AR already plays an important role in many industries such as engineering, education, and healthcare. For example, In the same house building example, AR can help you see how it would look like with specific furniture or decoration. Blockchain is a distributed computing system that stores data in a shared ledger format. It records every transaction without any form of central control or editing capabilities. This technology has been gaining more and more use in the finance industry and is now being used to store data in various other industries, such as healthcare, energy, and even construction. A time is soon to come when blockchain will decide the credibility of a contractor, architect, or builder. Finally, the Internet of Things is a network of connected devices that work together to collect data and share it with other machines and people. This technology can be used in the same house building example to monitor the progress of construction from afar. It will also help provide real-time updates of weather conditions, security measures, and other related issues. So these are the 5 technologies you need to do if you want to stay ahead of the curve in this rapidly changing world. The future is here, so make sure to keep up with it. Get ready for 10x speed in technological advancement. As you can see, AI, VR, AR, blockchain, and IoT all have immense potential for changing the way we live our lives and interact with the world around us. It's essential that we stay up to speed with these technologies so that we can use them to their full capabilities. The future is already here and it's moving at an unprecedented speed. And it's crucial to get ready for it now, or else we will be left behind from the ones who are already adopting it. So start learning about these technologies and using them in your daily life so that you can stay ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching this video on the upcoming technologies and in how they are revolutionizing our lives. Start getting familiar with these technologies today so you can stay ahead of the game. In the coming videos, I'll be explaining about these technologies and how you can stay up to date with the current and upcoming tools. Take care. See you next time. Inshallah.
Okay, so guys, this was a little video that actually, I created on my YouTube channel that was trying to explain the basics of what these technologies are. I hope you have understood a little bit of an example where we are building a house and how all these 5 technologies are being used. Now, we'll just go for a little history. I don't want it to be very boring, and then we'll just jump into the practical scenarios. Guys, I would request again, if you can mute your mics, because there's a lot of voice distortion. Okay, a few people are still not mute. Kindly please mute, because other people are not able to completely understand what I'm saying. Anyhow, so just to let you know the history of AI, do you guys know when did AI start? Any guesses? Please unmute and say what you want to say. I'll just repeat the question. The question is that, do you guys know when the AI started?
Sometime in the 80s. I believe sometime in the 80s.
Okay, one is 80s. Anyone else?
I would say late 90s as a good guess.
Okay, great.
I think it was in the 70s, actually. I think it was the 70s.
Okay, great. So we are going back. We are going to 70s now. Any other guesses? Okay, so it's 70s, 80s, 90s. Actually, I thought the same, but this is not the case. So I have requested my daughter to explain it to us. So let's see what she has to say.
Dave Waters once said, predicting the future isn't magic. It's just AI. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amelia Bucha, and I'm the daughter of Yasir Bucha. And I'm here to tell you about the history of AI. So when do you think AI started? In 2021 with ChatGPT? Well, that guess would be wrong. AI started in 1950s. The first AI tool was the checkers program. The checkers program is just a simple checkers game, but this program improved itself by self-play and past experience. The checkers program was developed by Arthur Sam. Now, next up is the logic theorist. The logic theorist was based on a 3-volume work of different mathematical theorems. The logic theorist proved those mathematical theorems. This was developed by Alan Newell and Herbert A. Simon. Both of these are significant milestones in AI. Well, that's the history of AI. Dave Waters once said.
So, the most interesting part is that it started in 1950s. That was a shock for me. So just look at the basic scenario. There are major things that started from 1950, then 50 to 60s. There was a workshop of Marx AI's birth, then 70s, 80s. In 90s, the machine learning that we listen about and hear about a lot started. Then the big data paradigm came in 2000, and in 2010 the NLP started. When in the start we talked about the NLP, that's the natural language processing, and it also started working towards the healthcare applications and advancements. And then in 2020, the era of AI, we call that the ethical AI, where the blockchain is merging with AI. Okay, so I believe you all have heard about GPT. So we'll go into a little of the practical scenarios of what GPT can do. I believe because this is a very basic course, so I believe that some of you might not be knowing how to use GPT or what can GPT do. So I'll just try to give you some examples on that. So GPT stands for Generative Pre-training Transformer. So if you don't want to remember it, that's perfectly fine. It's just an AI language model. It gives human-like responses. It is based on OpenAI's GPT-3. OpenAI is the company that has built this. And now currently they are on GPT-4. Then the AI can do many tasks. It can do language translations. It can write songs, poetry. If you ask certain questions about a research, it can answer that. If you wanted to code some software, or you just want to give it a snippet that it should code, it can code. But there are certain limitations, and we need to understand when we are using ChatGPT so that we should not start blindly accepting the responses. So it has the data till January 2022. Initially, when it started, the data was till November 2021, but now it caters for January 22 data. It has a lack of common sense. Emotional intelligence is not there. You will see a lot of limitation in understanding the context of your question. So it is very important to ask the right question. When it comes to generating very long answers, or when it comes to giving it very long, very large data, it fails. It has a potential of giving incorrect answers. So whenever you get the answers, please do verify it before you just post it or place it somewhere. There is a very big risk of biased responses. It has a very less human insight. So, one of the biggest AI issues is biasness, because it cannot or does not understand the human essence right now. So it just gives you the answer based on the data it has. So if a wrong data is provided to it, it will give you a wrong answer. And it has a tendency to give very long answers to very short questions. So these are the limitations. Just keep that in mind so that whenever we are going to use ChatGPT, we should know that these things can come across. So what we are going to do today is we'll explore little ChatGPT features. Then we will look into the possibilities that ChatGPT can do. Then we'll see how it organizes the data in itself and how it represents it. And then in the end, we'll go to ChatGPT 4 and the plugins that it uses. So initially, we'll only focus on ChatGPT 3. So let's start. I would want this to be an interactive session. So let's do it together. Okay, so this is the ChatGPT window, and this is the place where you actually write what you want to write. Is there someone who hasn't used ChatGPT? So I believe there is no one. So give me some idea, guys. What should we do? So let's suppose we are doing different businesses, and let's say, so first of all, please pardon me. My writing will be a little slow because of this cost. I'll try to write as fast as possible with one hand. Okay, so let's suppose in my company, I have hired a general manager, and my company is, let's say, manufacturing. So I'll just say that I have a manufacturing company of toys. I have hired a GM for the factory. Write a job description. So this is how it does. Usually, when you have to do that, you will probably look into certain job descriptions, and then you will see what qualities are required. You will form a Word document, do some research on Google, and then finally come up with a job description. But if you ask this solution, it gives you a job description right away. Now, let's suppose in the qualification section, we ask ChatGPT that give me the assessment form to conduct this interview of GM in table form. So why I'm writing table form? Because there could be many people who do not know that ChatGPT can form tables as well. So when I say that in table form, let's see what sort of result it gives. So it has created a table, and it has also created an assessment form for me with checkboxes and all that. So ChatGPT can do that as well. Now, let's say, write this in a poem form. Just remember, it is ChatGPT. So you keep on chatting and it keeps on giving you the answers. So write this in a poem form. So now we want the assessment to be written in a poem form. So here comes the poem. Is there anyone who didn't know that ChatGPT can write a poem? Okay, so tell me, do you guys have a favorite poet, let's say in English? Any poet that you can think of? Give me a name. Guys, anyone?
It's in the chat. If you look into the chat, they've typed the answers into the chat.
Okay, just give me a second. I have to see where the chat is. Okay.
It's Robert Frost is one of the suggestions.
Oh, yeah, got it. Sorry, I'm not able to see the chart in the same screen. So I'm just saying that write the poem in the style of Robert Frost. So I haven't read Robert Frost, but if you like Robert Frost, you will actually see the similarities. So can you see that? Can you feel it? Ruben? Ruben, you there? I guess we can't hear Ruben. So the next name. Oh, I think his mic is not working. Okay, no worries. So the next name is John Keats. Let's say, write the JD of GM in style of poem by, let's say again, in style of, so this was John Keats. So Asad, let me know if you feel that it is something like John Keats. Asad, you're there?
Yeah, Yasir, I can see it. I think it's quite incredible.
Yeah. So, because it has all the data of all the poetry of many poets, so it can actually adopt the accent and the writing style. It probably will not make sense in certain sentences, but this is what, GPT is. So let's move a little further. So let's suppose we ask this that, so what other languages do we have in our current session today? People whose native language is not English. Can you give me any language?
Can we try Indonesian?
Indonesian, okay. So I don't know Indonesian. You tell me, does that make any sense?
It's actually quite hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. So, we have seen the language part. We have seen how it can create something for your work, the job description and everything. Now, let's talk about something a bit more difficult. So, tell me about something that that currently you're doing that is new in your business, and probably many people don't know about it. Some new thing that you're doing in your business. Can you just write it in the chat? So Mahesh, you have asked how we can use AI for manufacturing. That's a very long answer. There could be many areas where you can use AI for manufacturing. You can use the um, artificial intelligence part in the operations side, while in manufacturing, using the IoT devices, you can actually collect a lot of data and then decipher to AI. So there could be many possibilities. I think this answer can be very long. So yes, if you want, we can have a chat discussion on that, and I can share what ideas I may come up with. Okay, so Ruben is saying that market development for new technology monitoring human temperature non-invasive. Okay. Give me some info about, let's see what it says, Ruben. So it's saying that you have to do the market overview where you have to see the growing demand and healthcare sector, public spaces, technological advancements, and integration with AI, medical device manufacturing, technology companies, startups, marketing challenges, and future prospects. So this is just a brief of what you have asked for. So just tell me that, does that make any sense to you? Okay. So tell me, Ruben, if there is something in this text that you can see over here, if we want to know a bit more about it, can you tell me what is the area that we want to know more? or if you want to see an impact on the public spaces, for example, or if you want some elaboration on any topic. Ruben, I believe your mic is not working, so probably you'll have to type in to the chat. So, integration with AI you wrote. So you want to know how this can be integrated with AI? Is that the question? Okay. So this is the question. Let's see what it comes up with. I mean, just look at the speed, guys. It's probably more speedier than our thought process for now at least. So this is something related to your field, Ruben, and I believe this will give you some perspective. The idea is that when you start using ChatGPT, you can keep on chatting with it to get more and more information. Okay, now let's do something new. Let's see, we are doing a new chat where I want to write an email to my boss telling him that I don't want to work anymore. Make it in very professional and concise manner. Okay, let's see. So it's asking for a request for a meeting where he or she can discuss regarding his current role. Now, I just want to, I believe this is a long answer. So I just say, shorten this. So if you guys noticed, I did not write shorten this. I wrote STTT. So that's a keyboard shortcut that I've made. And I'm sure you guys know that you can make keyboard shortcuts. So very frequent questions that I have to ask, I create shortcuts. So I just say shorten this. So now it has just concised that into one line. How about this, guys? So now I say expand on it. Now it is just converting that one-liner into a big paragraph. So you can do all these things with ChatGPT. Okay, now let's see what else we can do. We have done poetry, complex topics we have done. Okay. Now, let's see how we can do data organization. Let's talk about something. I asked it to create a diet plan for me. I am 48 years old and weigh 92 kgs. Want to come to 80 kgs in 6 months. So it has given me a complete diet plan that I'm supposed to follow. And if I follow that, I'll lose weight, but I'm sure I'm not going to follow that. So you can have a diet plan. Now, what I can do with this diet plan is I can say, give me in table form. Now it has created a table out of it so that I can just print it and place it somewhere that can easily let me see what I'm supposed to eat next. Now, if I want, I can tell it to make a 30-day plan and give me different options of food according to this diet plan. And it is again going to create that. So these are the things, guys, that you can do with ChatGPT. There is much more. If you start playing with this, I'm sure you will learn much more things. So tell me now, before we go to ChatGPT 4, any other thing that comes to your mind that you want me to try with ChatGPT? Or if you want to know if ChatGPT can do this? By the way, as per yesterday and as per OpenAI's latest blog, now ChatGPT can see and listen as well. So that's going to be great. So when you give it an image, it can understand that image and can get back to you about that image. You can talk to ChatGPT and ChatGPT can listen to your voice. This has not come in the public release, but it is soon going to come. Okay, guys. So anything that you want me to do with ChatGPT 3, or should I move to ChatGPT 4? Okay, I believe there is no more ChatGPT 3 questions. Before we go to ChatGPT 4, I just wanted to tell you that there are many other tools that are using AI these days. So I'll just go to these tools one by one. And then, in the end, we can do the ChatGPT 4 and what sort of functionalities that GPT-4 has. So here there is one tool that's called ChatPDF. Sorry, Artros, are you saying something? No. So Bard is another tool that is also a large language model by Google. Bing is another one. Bing is ChatGPT. Arturs, I don't know how to spell your name. Arturs. Can you? Okay. So Bing is another tool. And with Bing is basically based on the ChatGPT. Microsoft has invested a lot in OpenAI. And Bing is a free tool for ChatGPT. You have to buy it. Bing is based on ChatGPT 4, and it gives you very precise answers with the links of web pages so that if you want to see the source, you can see the source of that thing. There is another thing that's called AutoGPT. So I would just want to show you that. Okay. This is a website for AutoGPT. There are other websites. You can install it on your desktop as well. So let's understand what AutoGPT is. AutoGPT is a GPT that actually, once you give it a question, it will answer it, then analyze the answer, then again question its own answer it, then again question its own answer, and it keeps on going by itself till the time you're satisfied with the responses that you want. Okay, let's see an example. So I see in the chat that Mahesh, you were talking about okay, use of AI for manufacturing, right? This was your question. Let's ask AutoGPT. So let's say I have a manufacturing concern. Mahesh, can you tell me from where are you? Which country? It's important.
Sorry, I'm from the Philippines.
Okay. And your manufacturing is about what?
Apparel.
Any specific form of apparel?
Let's say jogging pants.
So I'm writing that we manufacture apparel like jogging pants. Do market research and let me know based on the latest technologies how I can use AI for manufacturing. So
Where are you going? You got to go rot, William. Rot.
Somebody said something, I believe. Anyhow, so I may increase my revenue. So let's say 4 folds, 4 times. Okay, great. So I may increase my revenue 4 times in next 12 months. Okay, so I'll just do enter. Let me sign in. I need to put my, okay. So over here, you need to put your OpenAI key. Let me put mine for now. Just give me a second. Okay, so I'll put this, verify, working, done. So to the question that we asked, it is giving me certain suggestions to work on. So it is saying, so identify current manufacturing process and technology used in the apparel industry in Philippines. Yes. Conduct market research to identify the latest AI technologies and applications relevant to apparel manufacturing. Yes. Evaluate the potential impact of implementing AI technologies on manufacturing process and revenue generation, considering factors such as cost, efficiency, and customer demand. Yes. Any other question, Mahesh, that you may have? Anything that you want to add into this research?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, let's see what it does. So now it will start working. So it's crunching the numbers. So it is doing the basic analysis right now. Okay, so it is now sharing the thoughts, and it is saying that to determine the next command, I need to review the goals and constraints of the task. The goals are to identify current manufacturing process and technologies used in the apparel industry, blah, blah, blah. It is also giving the reasoning why it is doing that. And then it is proposing an action. The action is that it is writing a query on the web that it wants to search Google to see the latest AI technologies in the apparel manufacturing. Now it is asking me, do I approve this plan? Or if I want to add anything over here, if I want it to do something else, I'll just write it over here. Otherwise, I'll say approve this plan, and it will go to the next step. On the left-hand side, we can see what it is doing right now. So it is conducting the market research to identify the latest AI technologies and applications relevant to apparel manufacturing. And once it is done with the research, the answers will start coming over here in this files area. So now it is doing the next step. It has come up with another thought. It is giving a reasoning of that, why that thought has come, and has written a query, what it is going to do again to do the research. Now, I'm not going to approve this plan. I'll just go here on this clock icon, and I'll just say automatically approve. This means now I do not have to approve the plans. I have understood that it is going in the right direction. So I just want it to keep working on this. So now it will keep on asking questions. It will keep on coming with thoughts, and it will keep on coming with reasonings. It will propose actions and will conclude the actions by itself. So if you let it keep on running for, let's say, 24 hours, by the end of the day, you will get certain files over here that will tell you what you need to do or what are the steps that you should be doing in detail. The last time I did that, I came up with a 19-pager document, and it has a lot of information. And what I did was, then I used another AI tool, converted that into PDF, used a ChatPDF, and then asked it to summarize it and give me the major things that I need to do. Then I asked that tool to make it a task list. It gave me a task list of 32 items, and I copied those tasks and put it into my task manager, and that became my task. I gave certain dates to it, and I started working on it. So this is a very good example of what you can do with AI in your real life. So guys, any questions about AutoGPT? If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll move forward. So I believe there aren't any questions. Okay, let's go to the next tool.
Sorry, Yasir, how do we get the key for the ChatGPT?
Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is you need to make a GPT account, right, with your Google.
Yeah, that I have already.
Yeah. When you go into ChatGPT, so let's suppose I go into ChatGPT over here, right? Let's do, when you open this side, you go to your name.
Okay.
And then go to settings and beta.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Yeah. And I think they don't have it over here. Let's do a simple thing. I think it's on the OpenAI side. Navigate to the API section. So I need to go to OpenAI. So I'm logging into OpenAI. Same account of ChatGPT. It is still not giving me that. Yeah, here we are. We go here to personal and view API keys from here.
Okay.
Okay. So when you go there, it will show the API keys. Because I have a paid account, so I have many other API keys as well.
Hi, Yasir.
Yeah.
Another question. I'm already using ChatGPT 3.5.
Okay.
So what is the key difference between 3.5 and the 4?
Oh, huge difference, huge difference. I'll just give you a sample. Just, when we are done with these tools, I'll show you what you do with the ChatGPT 4. Although GPT-4 is a little slower than GPT-3, but there's much more that you can do. I'll share that with you.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, so is this, sorry, Yasir, is this OpenAI? If you get a ChatGPT 4 account, can you get access to OpenAI from there, or is this totally different?
Okay. OpenAI is the main company. It has many tools, one of which is ChatGPT. Another one is DAL-E. DAL-E is the image generating AI. So you just go to OpenAI and log in with your Google account, and you are into all these tools then. You can use DAL-E, you can use ChatGPT. And if you want to buy ChatGPT, then you buy it in ChatGPT.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, no worries. So guys, after AutoGPT, we'll just touch the mid-journey part. So mid-journey is basically an image generating AI. So far, we have talked about text-based AIs. Let's go to the image side now. So there are many tools. So DALL-E is one of them. Then there is Stable Diffusion. Many tools are there. I mean, they're unlimited now. Leonardo.ai and I don't know what all. But my favorite is Midjourney, so I have selected Midjourney over here. Midjourney is a tool that you cannot use on the web. You have to use an application that's called Discord. Discord is the social media platform for the next generation these days. You might have heard the word Discord from your kids. Honestly, I heard from my son. I never knew what Discord was until the time I started using Midjourney, because we are the people of Facebook and Instagram era, or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever. But the next generation is using tools like Discord. So let's go to Midjourney. There is a way how you can actually form this in Midjourney, how you can, run all this. That I'm not going to explain over here. If you guys, any of you want some help, I'll share the web links where you can easily understand how to do that. So this is the Discord server. I'll just show you what it can do for now. Okay, guys. So let's play together now. Let's imagine something. So these are the images that are created through AI that you can see right now. So let's create some image right now. Let's imagine something. So what you do is you write imagine and then you give a prompt. So what do we want to imagine, guys? Give me some ideas. Be creative. Guys, any ideas? What do we want
to
to
make a new flag for a country?
Okay. Imagine a new flag for any specifics about the country?
I don't know, big mountain ranges based in Asia.
Okay, with big mountain ranges in Asia. Any colors that we want to give it? The flag? Any preference?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. Let's say in Asia, in mauve, pink, and blue. Let's see what it creates. But after that, I would want you to be more imaginative in the next example. So we will try to develop something. We'll try to make something that is out of the box, out of this world. That is something that, we don't see on daily basis. So Midjourney takes a little time. There are free tools as well, which can generate images. Like there is one, Adobe Firefly, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, Leonardo is free. So this is what it has created. Now, because it has focused more on the mountains and the colors, you will start understanding how the AI understands your queries, right? Now let's fix this. Let's make another thing. I'm going to type the same thing, but in a different manner. So I'll say, imagine a new flag of a country. The flag should have big mountain ranges of Asia in it. Make the flag using mauve, pink, and blue colors. Let's see what it makes this time. In the meanwhile, let's start writing another prompt. So imagine, let's say, an old man flying on green clouds. Okay, guys, tell me something that is very strange. Flying on green clouds. With his bicycle. Guys, say anything that comes to your mind. Eating ice cream.
With a bicycle riding on Mars.
Okay. Flying on the clouds with the bicycle. Riding on Mars. Okay. So this time, with the flag thing, it has created a flag with two colors, but it has still not put the mountain on the flag. Over here, it has put the flag on the mountains. Here, it has created a mountain in shape of flag. Okay. There you go, guys. An old man on a mountain in the clouds, and probably it thinks it's Mars, probably because of these balloons at the back and some spaceships. So you can create very imaginative things. For example, let's do one last prompt.
And Yasir, this you're doing with ChatGPT 4?
No. This I'm doing with Midjourney. So now we are on another tool.
Okay.
Okay. This is an image creating tool.
Okay.
Now,
Is
let's
this
say
also part of OpenAI, or is this part of OpenAI? No,
OpenAI.
separate. Okay.
So DAL-E is also an image generating tool that is part of OpenAI. But I personally, Midjourney designs, that's why I'm showing you Midjourney. But you can do certain designs in DAL-E as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so let's create something. Imagine a beautiful baby with bright, shining eyes and a glowing smile on the water. Okay. So guys, in my work, I have one of the things that I do is the healthcare side, and we have a hospital. In that hospital, we wanted to create an avatar that should present our hospital. So my hospital, the colors are mostly white, light gray, and a tinge of an accent of lime green. So I use these AI tools to create an avatar. I actually used Midjourney. Look at this baby, guys. How amazing is this? Wow. So I was telling you what I did was that I created an avatar, and this is what we came up with. So I thought that this is an avatar that could present our hospital. And then by using another tool, so I'll let you know later on that what we did with that. So this tool is called DID number 9. So what DID does is that it creates a video out of an image. It makes the image start speaking with an audio of your choice, or if you want, you can give it your own voice as well. So I'll just show you what video did we make with that DID tool.
My name is Aisha. I'm an animated AI representation for Bucha International Hospital. We are a technology-driven organization. Our commitment to patient safety, efficiency, equity, and effectiveness enables us to prioritize quality care above all. Patient care is an amalgamation of innovative techniques and state-of-the-art medical.
So that was just to show you what, these tools can do. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yeah, Yasir, what's the how does the IP work on all this stuff that you generate? Does it belong to you?
Yeah. Currently, there is no issue with any AI tools in any law, because the thing is that whatever AI creates is not something that has already been created, because it makes certain changes to all the data it has. Many artists have actually gone into petition that AI is using its data. So just to be on the safe side, for example, what Adobe is doing, Adobe is not using the data of internet. It is just using the database of its stock images. Okay.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
All right. No worries. Okay, guys. So there is Adobe Firefly. That is also a tool that you can use for images, for creating new fonts, and all those things. So AI is into many things. In day-to-day scenarios, there are many scenarios where you want to remove the background of an image. And you probably think that you need somebody from the designing department to do that. Now, you can just go to a site called remove.bg. I have just picked up this one. I'm going to put over here, just drag it over here. And it has removed the background beautifully. So this is remove.bg. So you have many tools that can do that, and lots of other things as well. Okay, what is next? Next is Photoshop. Okay, guys. So we have talked about the large language model. We have talked about the GANs. GANs was what Midjourney was doing. And now let's talk about generative AI. So generative AI is that it, in real time, generates something out of the image that you have created. So this is Photoshop. And let's take one of the images that we created from Midjourney. So let's see, we like the fourth one. The second one. So I'm just selecting that, keeping it with me. And now we'll go to Photoshop with this image. Okay. So now we'll be talking about generative AI. Let's suppose this is the image that I have. and I want to have something, an image that is wide enough to have something in this white area. So guys, AI has filled this up, generative AI. It has given me 3 different options, but it has filled with it. What I can do here is I can actually tell it to fill it with something. So let's say we just write in the generative fill part, we write a pink dolphin. So guys, it has given me certain options for the dolphin. This is the second one, and that's the third one. See how interestingly it has merged into the existing image. The lighting is the same. It's coming from the same side. And if you do not like anything, you can just remove that. And you can add something else. Let's say, would you guys want to say something? What should we have over here in this area?
Add a father.
Okay. Let's only write father. Let's see what it creates. So now the designing is Photoshop has become much easier. So guys, this is one option. This is another option. That's the third option. If we want to make it in the pool, in the water, whatever. So we just have to give father in pool. So we just have to tell it what we want and it starts creating it. So somehow it is against the guidelines. So father with child. That is one option. That is the second option. That's the third option. So you can change the size, you can change certain things in that image. So this is generative AI. So you can create anything out of whatever there is. So let's say one last thing, we want to have mountains over here. By the way, you can write it in your own language, the prompt. So here you go. That's one mountain, that's the second option, and that's the third option. So guys, the possibilities are limitless. It just depends on the sort of creativity you may have. Okay. Then there is another tool called 11 Labs. 11 Labs is a tool related to voice. So you can actually create different voices. You can say certain things in some of the voices. For example, if I want to place an ad and I want Tom Cruise to talk about it. So you will get the voice of Tom Cruise generated by AI of audio. And then there's a tool that you can actually replicate your voice in it. And let's suppose you have a YouTube channel. You don't want to put your voice every time. You just write the script and run it through that AI, and it will give you the whole text spoken in your language. We already have talked about DID. There is another tool called Visla. So Visla, what it does is it creates video out of your text. You just say that this is what I want to a movie about, and it will create a complete video for you. It will have some stock videos, and if you want, you can buy that. Otherwise, you can go for non-stock videos as well, and it will create a video for you. So it's just magic. Two more tools that I want to talk about. One is Runway ML. Runway ML is again a video-based tool where you can create a 4 to 6 second video from any text or any image. So let's say we start with an image of this child that we created. So what do we want to write over here? What sort of video we want to see about this kid? Splashing the water through the cityscape. Let's say we say this. And we click on generate. It is generating. In the meanwhile, let's go to Kyber, the another tool. Over here, we again say we want to make a video from an image. And here we write the same description. And let's say we want the style of graffiti. It should be cinematic. It should be 3D rendered. Let's go to the video settings. And I say it should zoom out. And let's see, if we go to generating previews, it will give me certain ideas what sort of videos it is going to create. So it is just going to be a small clip from that image. So these are 4 options. Let's say we go for this one and we create the video. In the meanwhile, we go to the other site that we started earlier. Oh, this has some moderation guidelines, splashing the water through the cityscape. Somehow it feels that this is not a good image. Let's change the image over here. Let's generate a video out of it and see what Kyber has made. Kyber is still making, it's 12%. Okay, guys, these 2 tools are making the video. In the meanwhile, I'll just show you another tool that is for presentations. If you want to create a presentation, this presentation that I'm showing you, this is created from this tool. So it creates a basic, theme, and then I change it as per my requirement. That is called the Gamma app. So let's say we want to create we want to generate, and we want to create a presentation. So guys, give me a topic. What sort of presentation do we want? Let's say anything related to our work, anything related to a new product that we are making. Give me an idea, please. Anyone, guys? Any ideas?
So Yasir, it's Kamal here.
Yeah, hi Kamal, how are you?
I'm fine. So the thought that came to my mind was that we create a presentation on reforms for the power sector.
Reforms for the power sector in any specific country or just general?
In Pakistan, of course, that's where I am from. So
okay. Because if we give the context, this is called prompt engineering. If you give the context in the prompt, it will give you better results. So let's see what it comes up with. So it will tell me a little bit of what it is going to include in this. It's going to give an introduction, current state of power sector in Pakistan, challenges and problems, potential reforms for the power sector, policy and regulatory reforms, investment and financial reforms, technological advancement and reforms, and conclusion. Kamal, anything else that we want to add?
Yeah, so we want to, I would love to add the pain point which people are facing, how to reduce their
so
electricity
problem
cost. Okay, so that's fine. I
So
think it looks good. So maybe we need to add maybe at a later stage that
how to save cost of electricity as a consumer. Let's put that, right? So we continue this. There we have certain themes. What theme would we like? Let's say we like this theme or this one.
Okay.
Right. We go to continue. And the magic begins. It will create images by itself. No issue of intellectual property. It will all be AI-based images. So Kamal, can you believe load shedding, line losses, low tariffs? So this is something that we understand from Pakistani sector, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is amazing.
Yeah. It has given the solution of privatization as well, that people are screaming for many years. So you see, the idea of AI is not to, just create something and don't put any effort on that. The idea is that the time we spend on researching is actually reduced. It will do the research, make it in a better form, and then you'll go through it, read it, and add your own points. That's the whole idea. So Kamal, this is what the presentation is.
Looks great. Thank you.
It's amazing. Okay, guys. So let's see what the videos are so far. So this is the video that Kyber has generated. Just out of that one image. So it has actually grown that baby into a full-grown girl. Just from that image. Okay, let's go to the other one. Let's see what it has created. Splashing the water through the cityscape. Okay, let's see. This does not have any water around it. Let's see what it does. Okay, so this AI, what it did was, it saw that this image is not related to splashing the water. So it has just given the image in the first slot. And then it has actually created a water splashing through the cityscape. Just from text. So this is another amazement, guys. Okay, let's close this. Now, anything that you want to ask regarding these tools or any other tools before I move forward, please let me know.
Yasir, did you explain about the Bard?
Yes, I just told you that Bard is another tool like ChatGPT by Google.
Okay.
And Bing is a tool that is based on ChatGPT by Microsoft.
Okay.
Yasir, one issue I am facing with the AutoGPT, when I go to my API on OpenAI, and I put the API. It's telling me that this API is not GPT-4, where I have the GPT-4.
Honestly, I'm not sure. Probably if you Google it, you'll get the solution. Or what we can do is, once we are done with this presentation, you can contact with me over WhatsApp or whatever, and I'll try to help to find a solution with you.
Sure, thank you.
Great.
Yasir, a question from my side.
Yeah.
In Midjourney, you created an image from text. Is it possible to prompt the generation of an image from another image or a combination of images?
Yes, we can do that. So should I show you?
That'll be lovely. Thank you.
Okay. So this image of the baby that we have already generated, I'll use this one, okay, as an example. So I go here and I click this plus button and I say upload a file. And I just upload it. And click the enter, it's being uploaded. Now this is with the database of Midjourney. Let's assume this is not an image that was created by Midjourney and this is some other image. So we do the copy link part over here, right? And over here, I write imagine. I paste that link and then I say with long brown hair. And with the latest release of Midjourney, you can actually do changes in the image that has been produced. For example, if I want to change the color of the eyes of this baby, I can do that in Midjourney. And of course, in Photoshop, we can do that as well. Let me also show you how to do that in Photoshop. So with the prompt, it has created a baby girl with long hair from the same image. And in Photoshop, when you take this image, you zoom in a bit. Let's suppose I select this eye area and I say green eyes. So if you see, this eyeball has become green now. Got it?
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Okay. So should we move forward, guys? I think we should. Okay, now let's talk about the GPT-4. Guys, the basic difference between GPT 3.5 and 3.4 is that GPT-4 has much bigger data to analyze and to do the intelligence as compared to 3.5. Number two, GPT-4 is relatively slower than 3.5, but it gives better results. So, for example, I'll just share an example with you. For example, I will be sharing this sheet. So this is an actual sheet of my business. In the healthcare environment, we have the CQI matrices, the KPIs. So this is a report of the KPI of my hospital. Just see how big the report is. It is giving me the KPIs of November, December, January, February, and March. So let's assume, being in the management, I have received this KPI and I do not have the time to go through each and every technicality and see how it is behaving and everything. Excuse me. So what I'll do is I'll copy this, Control C or Command C. I'll copy this. I'll go to GPT. Over here, I'll create a new chat. In the new chat, I'll have to select GPT-4 and I'll go with the default. In GPT-4, I will just type this prompt. Analyze the following data and give me the insights. And I'll put a colon and I'll paste that whole Excel sheet. If you see, it is just jumbled over here, and that's perfectly fine. Just copy that and paste it over here and click on enter. Now just look at the answer. Being in management, my interest is to know what are the areas where I need to do some quick actions. It is also telling me which areas are performing well. It is telling me what sort of innovations I can do in that area. Now, let's say I want to ask a question about the things that need immediate attention. So I say, for the area requiring immediate attention, give me in table form the issues, resolutions, and preventive measures. So it has just bifurcated it into the areas, telling me the issues, what are the issues in that area, what is the resolution, and what could be the preventive measures so that these issues do not happen again. How's that, guys? We hire people on high salaries to do this. Okay. Now,
so you have your KPIs already in the Excel sheet and you put it in ChatGPT-4, and then this happened, right?
Yeah.
Great.
So you can do with any data. In many of our works, we usually get reports in Excel or even a dashboard. So you just copy the dashboard, put it into the GPT and tell it to give you insights on that data.
And this gives insight only on ChatGPT-4 or 3.5 as well?
It gives on 3.5 as well, but 3.5, okay, let's do the same in 3.5. 3.5 is much faster, but the answer is not going to be as accurate and as well presented as it is in GPT-4.
Okay.
Just copy all this. I do the new chart. This time I select 3.5. I paste the whole prompt over here and enter. So this will give me a blazing fast response. But the response is too enlarged. It is not giving me actually what I want to do. So can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll do the same thing with another part in GPT-4. This is called advanced data analysis. So what I'll do is this time I will pick up this sheet and I will just upload this sheet into GPT-4 while selecting advanced data analysis. I select this, I upload it, and I say, give me the areas where I need to quickly address the important issues in table form. And let's say where I give the 3 areas. Let's say I tell it, give me the top 3 areas. Now what it is doing is, it is reading the sheet that I have sent. And it is also reading the formulas, the links. So I've just given it a simple sheet where, there is only one sheet. In most of the scenarios, a workbook may contain many sheets. So in that scenario, when you upload that data, it actually understands all the relationships of the cells between different sheets and then gives us the answers. Now, it is actually asking me certain questions as well. So it is asking me very pertinent question. How would you like to define important issues in this context? So initially it was just deciding what issues are important. Now it is actually asking me which issues are important for me. So let's say I give it that issues pertaining to human life is important for me. And what was the second question? Is there a specific time frame you're most interested in? I say, and give me the response for all the data I provided. So now it has understood my question, and in that context, it is going to, come up with a response. So it takes a little time, but the answers are much better than as compared to 3.5. So what I do in my regular life is, for usual simple stuff, simple work, I use 3.5. And for complex scenarios, I use 4.0. So it's doing its work. Now it has done the analysis. So it has given me the first KPI. People who are from healthcare would understand that the first KPI is related to readmissions. Readmissions is that the patient coming back to the medical facility, and especially in this case, to the operating room within 48 hours. So it has given me a very interesting dynamic, and based on that, I can talk to my team to improve certain tasks. Now, one more thing, guys, very interesting thing. So I'm going to 3.5 again. Okay. So with all this data, I just tell it, write a software code that
उनको कोड पहले तो उसने भेज ही रखा था व्योम ने रूपल ने, और एक एसक्यू जो मिसिंग था उसका आज सुबह भेजा थे तो वो 3 अटैचमेंट बन जाए, 2 बन जाएगी ना, एक एक्सपेरिमेंट की और एक
Not mute, please mute it.
हाँ भेज दो और फिर पीओ मंगा दो, ठीक है, और कोशिश करिए बढ़ाने की उसको अगले महीने, ठीक है।
Okay. Write a software code that tells me about the important issues of the healthcare parameters given above. I'm just giving you this example. Of course, this statement does not make much sense, but I just want to show you that ChatGPT can write software code as well. Here you go. So if I want it to build, so it has just created a code for the simple query. If I just want it to build a complete iOS-based application that can run on the iPhone, where my patients can see their healthcare-related data on a mobile app, it will start building it. Yes, of course, it is not going to work on the first go, but it will basically create the whole skeleton of the application. And then the developer can just debug it to make sure that it runs. So it's very amazing as far as the coding part is concerned. Okay, one also very interesting things, guys. This you can do in 3.5. By the way, if you use Excel and in many cases there are multiple columns and you want to have certain value in another cell and you don't know what the formula is, you can actually ask GPT that this is the scenario, what should be the formula in this scenario? And it will actually give you the scenario. You just copy that formula, paste it into Excel, and you'll get the result. If you want me to show an example, I can show that to you. Otherwise, just try it at home whenever you want to. So, guys, one more thing that I use it many times. There are many topics that I don't understand. They are above my head. They're very difficult to understand. For example, in this scenario, GAN. I talked about GAN in the beginning. What is GAN? GAN is a model that is used in Midjourney to create images. So let's say I ask it, what is GAN in AI? So it says that in essence, it is generative adversarial networks. In essence, again, consists of two neural networks, a generative discriminator and work in comparative manner. The discriminator role is creating data, blah, 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 blah. For me, or probably for you, this is again very, very difficult to understand. So what I do it now that I say, please explain it to a child of 10 years old. Okay, guys, now let's go through this. Of course, imagine you're a magical artist and a detective. The artist's job is to draw a picture and the detective job is to tell if the picture is real or fake. Now the artist starts by drawing picture, but at first they might not be good. The detective looks at these pictures and say, they don't look real. But there's the interesting part. The artist can learn from the detective's feedback. So the artist tries again and again, getting better each time. The detective keeps checking the new pictures. So are you getting it? It is actually explaining GAN and in a very simple manner. Now, I'll just tell it to shorten this answer because still this is very big for me. So it says GAN is like a creative game between a magical artist generator and a detective, that is discriminator. The artist keeps improving its drawings and the detective tries to spot if that's real or fake. Over time, the artist becomes so good that it creates things that look real. It's a cool technology for making realistic pictures, music, and more. So how interesting is that, guys? So this actually explains to you what all these complex matters are. Okay. Another thing, you can actually create a legal contract in GPT as well. So let's suppose I want to start a business with a friend with 60% of my ownership and 40% of his. My name is Yasir and his name is George. Write a partnership agreement based on UK laws. So you can understand, you can, change the names, you can change the percentage, you can change the context. I'm just writing this. In actuality, you have to give more details. So what I do right now is I just click enter. And here is the partnership agreement. So because I've given very small detail, so that's why it has given very small bulleted points. So if I tell expand on it, so it is now expanding it from 11 to giving 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, and many other points that can be added into the legal document. You can create such documents over here. Let's suppose if you pay your lawyers to create documents, you can actually create a document, send it to the lawyer to vet it, and you will probably have to pay them lesser. Okay, guys. So let's do some wrap up over here. Any questions that you guys may have, please start asking. And we are about to end this session. So please let me know if you have any questions regarding the things that we have done, or if you want to talk about something that we have not talked about. If I know something, I'll definitely share my point of view on that. Any questions, guys? Okay, that's great. There are no questions. The key takeaways. So you guys have to think what the key takeaways are. I just wanted to tell you something that in this whole scenario, what you need to understand is the word prompt engineering. So the way you ask the question, the way you structure your question is called prompt engineering. And the next era is of prompt engineering. So please start using AI tools and start learning how to ask questions. And the best way to learn is keep on practicing and you will learn the questions. Guys, the conclusion is, my point of view is start using the AI before it starts using you. Because many people are worried that, their jobs will be taken away, or they will face a lot of issues when AI will come. Trust me, AI is there to help us and support us. It is just a tool that can actually help us improve our performances. But if we are not going to use that, trust me, in a very short time, we will realize that we are being used by AI. So my humble request to you is, please start using AI. So in the end, guys, if there's any question, let me know. Otherwise, that's the end from my side. And thank you so much for participating.
Thank you, Yasir. Thank you so much for doing this. Really, and I.
Thank you. And guys,
thank you, Yasir.
If you guys want to discuss anything, if you feel I can, be of any use, just send me a text right away on WhatsApp, and I'll be there to support you. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. That was excellent. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.